think I mentioned. Did I mention? I hate that we're using the word situation. No, Liz. Some of us are still on the other side of the land, you know? Yeah. Nah. Hello. Hi guys, welcome. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you are smiling. I hope you're taking care of yourself mentally, because when you're mentally stable, everything else just floats perfectly. Yeah? Don't forget that. Just in case you bumped into this video or your friend sent you this video, welcome here. My name is Esther, and in this channel we do lifestyle, beauty and fashion when I can afford it. I'm really gonna try to not ramble in this video, but in today's video we're gonna be talking about the experiences or how life is like for some of us dating past the age of 25. I hope you guys are ready. And you're probably thinking, why am I doing this video? The reason why, I'm gonna be completely honest, right? The idea just kind of like popped into my mind, and I was like, oh, you know, because I'm trying to like come up with some context and stuff. So I was like, oh, dating past the age of 25. And before we like go into dating past the age of 25, I want to kind of like touch base on like how life was like for me dating before I turned 25. I'm just gonna keep it into plain, simple words. Here we go. It was easy. It was fun / enjoyable, and I realized I had little to no insecurities. Like when I look back, I didn't have the insecurities that I have now back then. But the awful thing is that I actually was dating with no purpose, so maybe that's why it was easy. So my experience dating past the age of 25 has been very crickets, basically. Yeah, it hasn't been great and it hasn't been bad. I mean, I'm turning 27 soon, so I don't really have that much. Like I can't really speak of like 3 years, you know. So I think my experience has just been kind of weird, really weird. But I was also kind of meeting men that were kind of similar to my past and what I want to be involved in the future. So yeah, my love life is all kind of stuff, but yeah, I'm drifting on. The exciting part now is that no more about me, we're going to talk about you guys. As I mentioned, I think I mentioned. Did I mention? If I didn't mention before, this video, you guys put so much energy into your comments, into your responses. It's basically your video, basically, and I'm just the spokesperson, okay? So I hope you guys enjoy. I really hope you enjoy. And here are your responses. I'm reading your responses, so bear with me. Only to find out that guys aren't fully grown until they hit the age of 45. It's tough. It's a long thing, literally. She said, it's a long thing. I'm just reading it as it said. Men are trash. Even in church, I date with the intentions of marriage even before 25, which is good. I think I've always had the idea of marriage in my mind, but I don't know if I've dated guys because I wanted to marry them. I think there just hasn't been anyone available that, you know, seemed husband material for me. But this is not about me. I'm definitely selective, which is backwards. As people will probably say now that I'm older, it's not everything that you see is for you. I think a lot of us are dating nowadays because we're just bored. Laugh out loud, I'm 25 in September and so far it's a struggle. I get you out here, girl. I've been trying to date you, but you're not interested. That's how it is when you are 25 plus. Weird, just weird. It's so weird. It's almost like, you know when you go to school and then you're in the playground and then you have to make friends because you can't just be sitting by yourself. But then you look at everyone in the playground and you're just like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm like, what? Like, why do I need to make myself come to you to ask you if I can be your friend? I feel that's how I feel like sometimes. Under 25 guys want to be in a relationship because it's trendy to be booed up and all of that. 25 to 30 for African men, 25 to 35 for white men, 25 to 40 years old for other black men is the period. The oldest I've dated is probably like 35, and we're not going to talk about how old I was then. And everybody's immature. Like, age does not determine maturity. Like, does not determine how serious you are or the other person is about dating or you guys' situation. I hate that we're using the word situation. You still come across trash men, lol, but you're more clued up on red flags. Red flags are such a real thing. Either red flags or the things you will not accept, like your no list. So I'm gonna just read some of the messages that I got because you guys got really involved, and I love that. Honestly, me personally, I choose not to date anymore because I found that it's very exhausting. Sometimes you invest your time talking to someone and at the end is wasted. It's either they turn out to be a jerk or you just have nothing in common. It's fun now, but you don't see the future with a person. I feel like when you're 25 plus, you should know what you want in a significant other. Wow, we're struggling with words again. And nobody has the time to entertain a jerk or a cheater. Ooh, cheating. Yeah, I don't really. Or someone lazy who has no life goals. I prefer to be alone than to waste my time. I'm waiting on God to show me who whenever he thinks I'm ready for it. Do you see what I mean? I see what you mean. I do. One other person says, for me personally, it was, she put bracket, I'm taken now. Well, girl, some of us are still on the other side of the land, you know? For me personally, I'm taken now. It was brilliant and frustrating. Frustrating because as an adult who's aware of red flags and the games men play, it takes away that cloud nine naivety. But at the same time, because of my age, it meant I'm experienced enough to know what I want. Therefore, making it easy to dismiss anything outside of that. I stuck to my expectation and I wasn't swayed. This is a very, very good advice just as a whole. You should use your experience. I'm not saying carry like your negatives and be like, oh my god, you know, I've been hurt and blah blah blah. Speaking to myself. But I mean in the sense of everything happens for a reason. I like the fact that she knew what she wanted and she stuck to it and she wasn't swayed. This one was, yeah. The first one is, I was catfished, and when I went to meet him and asked, he said it's because he was married. He didn't want his wife to know. Another one, she met him online, he came to be single, then she showed his picture to her friends, and it turned out that he was her friend's boyfriend. Another one, she arranged to meet a guy. He said he was on his way and walk into her place and that he would be there in 15 minutes. 30 minutes later, she messaged him. She was like, mate, are you lost or something? He ignored her. 5 to 6 hours later, he replied and goes, oh, got sidetracked. This happened to me. It wasn't a date. It wasn't somebody that I was interested in anymore. It was basically a guy that I was seeing. When I say for a bit, I mean for a bit. But because it was kind of like, we can still be friends. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. This is so unhealthy. But he was like, no, we can still be friends. This is not. I respected the rejection very well. I even changed my socials just to kind of like avoid this whole thing about, oh, you blocked me. Or, you know, at the time I used to be a blocker. And then we agreed to go out and just kind of like talk face to face and not like have this really awkward thing. So I was like, okay, cool, let's meet up, do this activity, because I didn't want dinner. I messaged him the day before, messaged him on the day in the morning, he responded. I get to the place, we actually went pottery. Yeah, it was meant to go pottery. I get to the place and I had paid because I chose a place, and it's really like with money, it's such an awkward thing. Anyway, I paid and I get to the pottery house, and you know, the lesson's starting. I'm like, are you here yet? He doesn't respond. I'm like, are you here yet? Doesn't respond. Then at the time I had my you know, your WhatsApp where it tells you the last time someone was online, and each time I would go back to message him, he was online like 10 minutes 5 minutes before. Yeah, so he read the first 2 messages and the last one he didn't read it. And I went to my messages, and while I was online I could see he was online but didn't open that one message. So I thought, okay, he's obviously taking a so then I continued on with the class because I paid for it. Like, he responded, I think like the next day or 2 days after. He was like, oh, I'm so sorry, something happened. I was like, okay. And also, everyone that responded to my messages and stuff, I still have a few to read, so do better. Stay. I put this graph together. Basically, I've divided it into 3, reading your responses. Here we are. 27% of you guys had good experiences. 38% of you guys had common ground experiences, so it's like, all right. And 35% of you guys had bad experiences. And I mean, do we want the numbers? I feel like I should have like reasons to why I went out of my way to to make this graph, but do as you wish. This is the results. Yeah, this is the results. And some of you guys actually mentioned cheating and stuff, and it's actually quite interesting. I recently filmed a podcast with my friends, and the conversation is cheating valid only in marriage. So that topic is quite interesting. I'm gonna link the podcast down below. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. I would like to hear what you guys' responses are. You're gonna have to watch the podcast to know what my response is. Some of you guys' responses were really good in regards to advice, so I'm gonna share that with you guys, and then yeah, take what you wish from here, and I hope that this is helpful. And of course I'm gonna be talking and elaborating on this because that's what I do, obviously. I'm just gonna read what I've written here because it's taken me like five hours to do, so I'm gonna have to use this. Some of your advices were know your red flags. It's so important to know your red flags and to know your standards and the things you accept, the things you don't accept. I'm also going to link a video that was actually sent to me by my somebody I used to see. The video, it's basically a pastor sharing how to identify when you're equally yoked. Everyone needs to watch that video. I think as soon as he sent me that video, that's when we just kind of like, yeah. Do check it out. And I think for some of us as well, this is really important, kind of separating the differences between reality and fantasy, what's tangible and what's intangible. So we need to be able to differentiate the two, because if you don't, then you're gonna be in La La Land forever, waiting for Prince Charming, or going about kissing every frog, hoping that they will turn into a prince. Nah, we're tired of kissing frogs. These lips are not doing it anymore. We're not kissing any more frogs, guys, okay? Stop putting so much pressure on yourself and enjoy the process. We put so much pressure on ourselves, so do family. It doesn't help that we have pressure already. Society as its own, that now we're putting pressure on ourselves. Hello? I've realized that once I do enjoy, I was gonna say mating with somebody. No, I'm not doing that. I need to grow up. I realized that when I am seeing somebody and I'm just enjoying the process, yeah, they feel like I should be a bit more serious. It doesn't mean that you just let go of your standards and stuff. No, we're gonna chill. We're not gonna put pressure on ourselves, okay? Consider dating out of your age range. Love this one. Oh my goodness. So obviously, I know some of us are like, no. I've never really been one to date out of like my age range. No, I have, but like older, and I don't think I've ever dated anyone that's like my age. No, but I've dated older, but I've never dated younger. I've been out on a date once with somebody who was 2 years younger than me, and I tell you guys, that was the best date I've been out in. Literally, he took me to SeaWorld, they went to Vapiano's, and they went to some really nice fancy bar. It was amazing, but legit guys, it was the best date I've been on. So we're gonna start dating out of our age range, guys, okay? Out. Younger or older. Okay, and the reason why this person even said dating out outside of your age range, he says older women don't apply pressure. Didn't I just say that? I was just saying, you can't be putting pressure on yourself. This is what it is, and I'm mature, like fine red wine. I don't know. They're adventurous, they are mature. I just said the word mature. I know I wrote this down earlier on, but I'm just saying. And of course, this would depend on your preference, but I think that we shouldn't shut ourselves down and keep ourselves in a box. You should be able to kind of like spring out of your box and just be willing to date. Doesn't go against dating with purpose, but I'm just talking about like age, race, culture, because with everything I believe communication is so important, because you can date and marry somebody who is of the same race, of same age, or the age that you prefer. You have the same culture. You can marry somebody or be with somebody with all of those things that take your box, are like amazing, and something will always be missing. It doesn't mean because you two have similarities that you're gonna be a match made in heaven. It doesn't. And to end this video with one of my favorite responses. I love this response, that's why I kept it last. She says, this is not so much of an experience, but I feel like my attitude towards finding someone has changed. At this point, I'm just excited at the prospect of meeting my best friend. Like, place this into perspective. You'd be able to look at them and think, damn, Not only are you fine, but you are genuinely my best friend. I think I realized this when I stopped dating this guy as of recent, after coming to a realization that I couldn't see us as friends, even in the slightest. Girl. I think love conquers, but I think friendship is the foundation. Would have never known without that dating experience. Just waiting on the Lord. Like, every time I read it, I try and read it as if I'm reading a book. Like, she writes so well, and just kind of like, but yeah, that is, yeah, I agree with that. Do let me know, guys, how dating past the age of 25 has been like for you, because again, as I said, it's not about me, about you. Okay, if you want to share some of your horrific stories, go ahead, do that. But yeah, I really want everyone to date with purpose and just communicate, speak more. Do you guys consider therapy? Do you consider counseling? If you have any comments, or if you want to share any light, I am doing a lot of hands, a lot. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, if you have any input, then please do let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay blessed and share some love, because God's love. Do you know what I mean? Bye.